Hello everyone, it's Elsie Terry with Money and Me 360, your transformational coach. So happy Friday, guys. I'm so excited that you're able to join me today. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, why would she put a budget video on Friday? Guess what? Yep, I was being petty. I was being petty. I'm being real petty because I know most people get paid on Fridays and I am being big sister and keeping you on track. So I'm putting this budget video on today to remind you of your personal goals. Okay, but I am going to keep it short. I'm going to keep it short. And please disregard this black and white video because the sun was shining so bright that it was just not letting me be great. And I want to be great today because it's Friday and I'm doing what I love doing, which is teaching on personal finances. So we're talking about bi-weekly payments today. And just to backtrack, if you were not able to catch last week's video, which was on how to budget and the why of budgeting, your reason why, then you just want to simply click on the budget tab in the Money and Me 360 group and you'll be able to see that video. You'll also be able to gain access to that free simple budget worksheet that I created for you. Okay, so today we're talking about bi-weekly payments. And if you've never heard of a bi-weekly payment, your girl is gonna teach you about bi-weekly payments today. So this is one of the debt strategies that I love to use because it's very practical, it's very simple, and it does not require any additional money in order for you to pay off whatever that loan is. So it could be a car loan, it could be your credit card, it could be whatever type of loan you may have. If it's an installment loan, this debt weapon that I'm going to share with you will work. Now, I am going to put a disclaimer out there. You want to make sure that you call your loan provider and ask them if there's a penalty for paying off your loan quicker, because some people do have a penalty, which is horrible, for paying off your loan quicker. So before you employ this debt strategy, you want to make sure that you call your lender and ask them, can you do bi-weekly payments? And if you do bi-weekly payments, is there a penalty for paying it off quicker? Because this bi-weekly payment strategy is going to result in you paying off your loan quicker. When you do this for 12 months, it gives you an extra payment at the end of the year, and you did not have to do anything different other than what you were paying anyway. So for example, if you have a traditional loan, let's use a car note example as an example. Let's say you have a $250 car note. And traditionally, your loan provider will say your car note is due on the 15th of the month. Traditionally, you'll simply make that $250 payment on the 15th of the month. You'll do that for the entire year. Now, with bi-weekly payments, say it with me, bi-weekly payments, it's the same payment. You're going to make the same amount you're going to pay the same amount of money each month, but you're going to split it in half. And with bi-weekly payments, once again, it ends up allowing you to make an extra payment at the end of the year. And if you make extra payments, guess what that means? You pay less in interest and you pay off that loan quicker. So with a bi-weekly payment, let's use the same example with a car note. Let's say you have a $250 car note. With bi-weekly payments, you're simply going to split that payment in half. And what you're going to do is pay half, which is $125, 2 weeks before your due date. And then you're going to pay the other half on the due date. We'll use the same example. You're going to pay the other half on the 15th. Okay, but of course you want to make sure you go by whatever your due date is. So how this works is, once again, you're going to split the payment in half. You're going to pay half 2 weeks before the due date and the other half by your due date, which means in essence, you're going to make a total of 26 payments for the year. 26 payments with that same example of $125 every 2 weeks, 125 times 26 payments, because you have 56 weeks in a year. Divide that by 2, you get 26. So 125 times 26 payments will give you $3,250. That's the $250 at the end of that is that extra payment that you've made at the end of the year. simply by splitting your payment in half. Okay, with a traditional payment, you would have made $250 a month. And that would have equaled $3,000 for the year. But with the bi-weekly plan, it always causes you to make an extra payment with using the same amount of money that you would have used anyway. I know. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? So bi-weekly payments. That's our debt weapon for today. Bi-weekly payments. Go ahead and employ that in your debt weapon strategy. You want to be sure, once again, to make sure you ask your lender if there is a penalty for paying off your loan quicker, because we're all about doing things with a purpose. And I don't want you to, pay off your debt quicker and then you're penalized for that. So this weapon can even be used with a mortgage, but you want to make sure, once again, that you call your lender and ask them if there's a penalty for paying off your mortgage quicker. So if you did this with your mortgage, this would cause you to have an extra mortgage payment at the end of the year. And you use the same amount of money that you normally would have used for the month. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this episode. Once again, this is Elsie Terry, and we always want to be sure that we're moving forward and we're moving in excellence and what our goals are. Okay, so once again, have a wonderful Friday, guys, and remember to understand the why of what you're doing. If you understand why you're doing what you're doing, it'll help you stay on track. Have a great weekend.